Picture this. You're standing on top of a breathtaking Colorado mountain, the crisp air around you, stunning alpine views in every direction, and you're about to say, "I do" to the love of your life. It is the perfect, picturesque moment. But before you can actually get to that epic summit, there's a mountain of a totally different kind you gotta conquer first. Yep, the paperwork. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a process that might seem incredibly daunting at first glance, but is actually surprisingly simple. We're talking about getting your marriage license, that absolutely crucial legal document required to officially authorize your union right here in the state of Colorado. So, are you ready to tie the knot in the centennial state? If you are, you're in exactly the right place. As your guide through this explainer, my promise to you is simple. We're going to replace all of that bureaucratic anxiety with real, actionable confidence. We'll break down exactly what you need to know, from the specific paperwork you have to bring to some seriously quirky state laws you actually get to take advantage of. That way, you can stop stressing over government forms and get back to focusing on what really matters, your big day. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. Your Colorado wedding awaits. 2. Eligibility and required documents. 3. The step-by-step application. 4. Colorado's unique marriage laws. And finally, 5. Common issues and post-ceremony. Section 1. Your Colorado wedding awaits. You know, what's really interesting about getting married in Colorado is the sheer flexibility it offers. First off, there is zero residency requirement to tie the knot here. You literally don't even need to live in the state. Secondly, you can get your marriage license from the clerk and recorder's office in any of Colorado's 64 counties, and it is completely valid to use anywhere within the state. So let's say you're flying into Denver, but you're actually getting married up in Summit County. You can just pick up your license in Denver if that's easier for your travel schedule. The power is entirely in your hands. Section 2. Eligibility and required documents. All right, let's talk cost. The standard statewide fee for a Colorado marriage license is $30. Pretty affordable for a piece of official life-changing paperwork, right? However, you do need to double-check with your specific county clerk on exactly how you can pay that $30. Some offices happily take cash, checks, and credit cards, though heads up, cards often come with a tiny processing fee of $1 or $2, but other locations might have tighter restrictions on payment methods. You definitely don't want a lack of cash to delay your whole application. Next up is proving who you are. Both partners have to present valid, secure, and verifiable identification. Generally, a current U.S. driver's license or a valid passport is going to be your best bet. A U.S. military ID or an original or certified birth certificate works too. Just be careful, though. Some specific IDs, like a Colorado driver's license with a black strip that says "not valid for federal identification," well, those won't be accepted. Just bring your primary government-issued photo ID and you'll be totally fine. Oh, and you'll also need to provide your social security number. So the really crucial point here is understanding the strict eligibility metrics. To get married without any extra hurdles, you both need to be 18 years old. If you're 16 or 17, you absolutely cannot marry without a judicial court order. And if you're under 16, there is literally no way. It is strictly prohibited in Colorado. Now, if either of you has been married or in a civil union before, you've got to provide the exact date, location, and court type where that previous union was dissolved. Plus, if that divorce was finalized less than 30 days before you apply for this new license, you're required to bring a certified copy of the divorce decree with you. Section 3. The step-by-step application. The actual application process really just boils down to 3 simple steps. Step 1, jump online. Almost every county wants you to start the application on their website. Now, this doesn't actually get you the license, but it pre-fills all your demographic data into their system, which saves you tons of time later. Step 2, check if your county requires an appointment. Some places are fine with walk-ins, but many, like Boulder and Larimore counties, rely heavily on an appointment system. Some even offer remote video appointments using Microsoft Teams to verify your IDs, which is super convenient. And finally, step 3, appear together. Whether that's in person or on a video call, you just hand over your ID, pay the fee, and officially receive the physical license. And this brilliantly illustrates what that final step actually looks like. Imagine stepping inside a real Colorado County clerk's office. It takes a process that usually feels, very abstract and bureaucratic, and brings it right down to a human level. You're simply walking up to a friendly clerk, separated by a bit of plexiglass, handing them your documents, and taking care of business. The whole shebang typically takes about 15 to 30 minutes. It's painless, it's straightforward, and it's a huge milestone in your wedding journey. Section 4. Colorado's unique marriage laws. This is where things get really fun. First off, there is absolutely no waiting period. In some states, you get the license and have to just sit around for 3 days before you can actually have the ceremony. Not here. There are also no blood tests required, which honestly is a pretty archaic rule still lingering in a few places. Because of this, your Colorado marriage license is valid immediately the second it's issued. You could literally walk out of the clerk's office, step onto the sidewalk, and get married right then and there. But wait, how could you possibly get married on the sidewalk without an officiant? Well, it's all thanks to this incredible concept called self-solemnization. This is the legal ability for a couple to perform their own marriage ceremony and sign the paperwork as their own officiant. Seriously, you don't need a judge, you don't need a minister, you don't even need a sea captain. You and your partner simply declare yourselves married, sign on the dotted lines for officiating party, and it is 100% legally binding. It is a total game changer, especially for private, intimate elopements. Now, what about witnesses? Legally speaking, under Colorado law, 0 witnesses are required. None. But if you do want your best friend or a family member to sign the certificate as a witness, they totally can. However, we have to mention a somewhat recent clarification from the state. For a while there, couples were stamping their dog's paw prints on the witness line. It's cute, right? Well, counties have actually cracked down on this. If you have witnesses sign, they absolutely must be human. Pet paw prints are explicitly banned and will get your certificate rejected. So, by all means, let your dog be the ring bearer, but definitely keep their paws off the legal paperwork. Section 5. Common issues and post-ceremony. Proactively, we really need to address some common hypotheticals, because life happens, right? What if you're ready to apply, but your partner is deployed overseas? Or what if you're a foreign applicant and simply don't possess a U.S. Social Security number? Well, don't panic. The system actually has built-in solutions for exactly these types of scenarios. If one partner is absent, they can complete what's called a notarized absentee affidavit. Basically, the absent party fills it out in blue or black ink, gets it notarized wherever they currently are, and then the appearing party brings it to the clerk, along with a copy of the absent partner's ID. If you don't have a Social Security number, no problem. You simply fill out a sworn statement affidavit that's provided right there by the clerk. Colorado even allows for proxy marriages if a partner is completely unable to attend the ceremony, like an active military member stationed out of state, though just keep in mind that might require petitioning a district court first. Now let's look at how this all fits into the absolute most critical timeline of your wedding planning. Day 0 is when your license is issued. Like we said, it's valid immediately, but the clock is ticking. You have exactly 35 days to perform your ceremony and actually sign that license. If day 36 hits and you haven't used it, the license is completely void and you have to go buy a new one. Once the ceremony is complete, you have up to 63 days from the date of the ceremony to return the signed certificate to the exact same county clerk that issued it. If you miss that 63-day window, you're going to start racking up late fees. To wrap things up, here's the golden rule for you. Well, this explainer equips you with everything you need to know to confidently secure your license. Local county rules, office hours, and exact fees can and often do shift around. Always verify the current regulations by checking your specific local Colorado County Clerk's website, or definitely consult with a legal expert if you have unique personal circumstances. Being prepared is the key to a stress-free wedding for sure. So with all the bureaucracy finally demystified, it leaves us with one final thought. As marriage laws continue to modernize around the country, will Colorado's uniquely independent self-solemnizing approach eventually become the new national standard for modern romance? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy planning!